Imagine this: a lively marketplace in ancient Israel. The heat of the sun bakes the stone streets. Children weave through the crowd laughing. Merchants shout out the day's prices, and in the corner, beside a weathered wall, sits a blind man named Eliam. Born blind, Eliam has spent his life in darkness, a darkness not just of sight but also of social isolation. In the eyes of his neighbors, his blindness is a punishment for sin, though whether his own sin or his parents', they endlessly debate. He is an outcast, dependent on the scraps of compassion others can spare. Alms for the blind! Alms for the blind! Eliam's voice cracks as he calls out, his rough hands tightly clutching a small clay bowl with a few copper coins clinking within it. Yet, on this particular day, something extraordinary is about to unfold. A murmur ripples through the crowd, growing louder with every passing second. "It's Jesus!" someone shouts. "The teacher! The prophet!" Eliam hears this, and his heart starts to pound. He's heard about Jesus of Nazareth, the stories, deaf men hearing, demon-possessed freed, paralytics walking, the dead raised. Could Eliam dare to hope for a miracle of his own? Could today, this day, be the one that changes his life forever? Jesus and his disciples approach, and Eliam raises his trembling hand. "Son of David, have mercy on me," he cries out over the noise. The people hush. Tension fills the air. Some of Jesus' followers seem slightly annoyed. "Teacher, there's no time. He's just a blind beggar," one disciple whispers. But Jesus stops. His attention is laser-focused on Eliam. He walks over to him, and in a voice both gentle and full of authority, Jesus asks, "Do you believe I can do this?" Eliam's voice quivers as he responds, "Yes, Master. Yes, I believe." Jesus bends down, mixes his own saliva with dust from the ground, and makes a small paste. The crowd gasps. The sight of such an intimate yet controversial method stirs murmurs. Does Jesus not care about cleanliness laws? Why this strange act? But Jesus continues, applying the muddy salve to Eliam's unseeing eyes. "Go," Jesus says, his tone steady yet filled with compassion. "Wash in the pool of Siloam." The command hangs in the air, pregnant with meaning. Every step to the pool is an act of faith for Eliam. With guidance from those around him, he finds his way to the pool, stoops by its side, and lets the cool water wash over his face. For a moment, nothing happens. Then, as he lifts his head, light rushes into his consciousness. Colors, shapes. The world bursts into being before his very eyes. Eliam blinks in amazement. Tears stream down his cheeks, tears that for the first time are visible to him. Back in the crowd, the reactions are mixed. Some rejoice with Eliam, marveling at the power of God. Others, the Pharisees among them, grumble. "How can this man Jesus do such things? He is a sinner, breaking the sacred rules of the Sabbath." But Eliam does not care about their debates. With every step now illuminated by the sunlight he never knew, Eliam carries joy in his heart and a story to tell. His testimony echoes through generations. "I once was blind, but now I see." And what about us? In what ways are we blind in our own lives? Do we, like Eliam, have the faith to call out for Jesus, to trust him even when his ways seem unconventional? The story of Eliam reminds us that divine miracles often require bold steps of faith. This is not just a story about gaining sight, but about opening our hearts to believe the impossible. So I ask you, do you have the faith to see what God can do in your life today? Don't just hear this, let it transform you. Our Bible, our Jesus, our God, our Jews, our Christianity. Faith.